What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Trendmasters Gamera series. Gyaos, Viras, Jiger, Zigra, and Guiron. That's right, my zillions, got a little bit of a retro review for you today. A fun one at that. I've been wanting to do this review for quite a bit, and I did have a false start on this a little bit late last year, but had to scrap what I did and pretty much restart it here. And it's pretty cool. These guys are pretty cool. I love having these because it wasn't something I got back when they came out. I was all in on the Trendmasters Godzillas, but for some reason did not own any of the Trendmaster Gameras. You know, I did get the Gamera to kick this off, and I did review it here a while back. You can check that out at the link at the end. But the bad guys have to get their due in the series, and what you got here is kind of a... It's mostly the more basic ones, which means no sounds. And one of them does have sound, and that's Guiron, but they're the same figures whether you had sounds or not, and I'll be explaining that as we go along. I picked these guys up in a combination of eBay and Kaiju Live, so pretty cool. And I gotta say, I didn't pay like anything really too crazy on these, considering they're from the 90s. I think I did okay overall, but that's neither here nor there. We're here to review the actual toys, so without any further ado, let's get to the review. Checking out the articulation on these guys, starting with Gyaos here. You got swivels at the shoulders, swivels at the hips, and a swivel for the tail. Jiger, I thought he had head articulation. He does not. Has swivels at the shoulders and yeah, just at the legs. And then, nope, nothing at the tail. So only 4 for Jiger. Viras has swivel at the head. These things are like bendies. So there's that. And you got swivel at these two, and I swivel over here and over here. So quite a few for Viras here. Pretty cool. Guiron, does he have the swivel at the head? He does not. He just has the arms and legs and at the tail. So that's cool. Lastly, Zigra does have head articulation, shoulders, legs, and tail. So there you go. These guys aren't highly articulated, but they aren't that terrible either. So while the articulation's not so great, even though I said it's fine. It is what it is. All of these guys have a little gimmick. As you can see here, Gyaos has a little shooting gimmick. They all do. You have to push it through for this one. It's okay. Jiger can shoot his horn like that. That shoots pretty good. Let's check out Guiron here. He shoots part of his knife head. That's pretty good. I'm just trying not to launch him off. Zigra shoots this part. This is a push one as well. That looks pretty good. That works pretty good. And now Viras, I realize pretty much his articulation is his special thing, and I guess the bendy wires in there, because he doesn't come with any sort of, like, you know, shooting mechanism. He just got more articulation than everybody else, and some bendiness. That is Viras's gimmick, which, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take that as a gimmick, because it is better than everybody else's. So taking a look at everybody in full, we'll actually start out with Viras. It's actually really nice. I think this might be my favorite. It looks really good. That head sculpt is awesome. I love the eyes in white and the little beaky mouth in orange. That looks really good. You can see there's a wash over everything, and all of these guys are painted pretty well, I gotta say. I do like how they look. Really nice sculpt throughout here on the head. Looks really, really cool. Lots of like crevices, and it's like a base gray and then like a bluish gray, and then it's like washed over it. Very, very cool. On the back here, on the tentacles here, you see like this like dirty orange. You know, it's just orange and then it's washed over that as well. But the sculpt is very nice. Back here, you see the sculpt is nice too. You see the screw holes. You do see that you're gonna see on all of these guys that they have a little sound box. None of them, actually that's not true. One of them might have sound, but most of them do not, because these guys came in two ways, either with the sound box or without this. I mean, either with sound or without sound. And the only difference is they didn't really, there's nothing in here, you know, so yeah. But the sound box is there because it was the same base figure. They just added the electronics, or did not, and then, you know, had one price point and two price points. So that's interesting. Tentacles here in the front look really good. Moving along. I do like it. I do like the two leg tentacles. That's done really well. They're more sturdy and solid. They look really good. I do like them a lot. I like how they curve back here. That looks great. You got this back one here. You can put it up, down, wherever you want, you know. And these two have these like spikes at the end, which are really cool. Done in this like eggshell color. Very, very nicely done. I do dig it. I think it's awesome. Yeah, this is a really nice figure, you guys. Proportions are really cool, really good. Feels like a nice solid 90s version of Viras here. I do like it a lot. I think it's awesome. Taking a look at Gyaos next. And right away you see he has a big hole in his mouth where his missile goes. And, you know, I wouldn't display this without the missile anyway because I don't want to lose the missiles, but that's a bummer and annoying. The rest of the head sculpt is okay. The teeth look alright. The eyes look fine. The head is pretty right for Gyaos, but it still looks a little off in my opinion. So you got like this base color of this like kind of maroonish, and then it's kind of like a purplish almost, and then the black wash over it, which is very, very overdone in my opinion, but it's not terrible. It really isn't, you know, like it doesn't look bad. These are a little bit soft, but the wings are sculpted very well. I do like them. The little hands here look good. Dirty nails, dirty tip over here, but it is sculpted well. It really is. I think it's really nice looking. For sure, I do like the wings a lot. The back, again, you see the box here, and you can see that there's no screw in there. It's just filled in, so you can't even take this out. It's glued in. So it is what it is. The little tail looks all right with the fin. Not bad. The legs, the way it's spread out like that is, it's okay, I guess. You know, it's in an action pose, and there's a little fuzzy stuck in it. Come on. Stuck in a joint. And then the legs look all right. Like I'm saying, the feet, not bad. Dirty nails again, kind of works. You know, this aesthetic isn't terrible. It gives them a nice dirty bad guy feel, and that's not bad. The proportions aren't bad, you know, they're not bad. It's a pretty good representation, I'd say, of Gyaos. It's not perfect, but it's not as good as Viras, but it's not terrible. Along the same color lines, although this is more red and a black, we have Jiger here, who's got a really weird stance. The way they did it is very strange with the paw forward. It's interesting. It makes for a little bit of a different look. I don't mind it too much, but it's odd. Sculpt is good throughout. I like the dorsal fin here. That looks really nice. You know, the way it's painted could be a little bit better. It's a little bit too, like, easily, like, here's a stroke right here, and that's about it. But it's fine, I guess. The legs look good. That's, again, weird, but lots of nice folds and wrinkles in there. It's not so bad. The tail isn't terrible either. I feel like this one really... It's a weird, like... It doesn't look too much like Jiger, I gotta say. It's almost like a cross between Jiger and Barugan, but I don't know. Could be better. I do like, I mean, it's not bad on its own, but, you know, as far as what it's supposed to be, it could be a little bit better. All of these horns here on his face are pretty good. They go into the teeth. They're not bad. See the little eyes there, little snout. This horn is really nice. I do like how this is done right here. That's pretty good. It's all right. It's not my favorite one, but it's cool to have. Yeah, it's cool to have enough. Portions aren't bad. Again, the pose is a little strange, but you know, when you stand it up, it's not terrible. Next up, we got Guiron, which is like the Showa Guiron is like one of my favorite kaiju. I just love it. I don't really love it though. This one with this part attached. I mean, I'll keep it, but like it honestly looks better just like this. It really does. I mean, that looks good. You know, this looks okay. You know, if this is what the look is like, there is like some mess up here on it. Unfortunately, I don't think this adds to it, makes it longer and pointier, but it's not like perfect. So I'm just gonna take it out for now because the rest of it does look good. You got the little ninja star here. I like all of this going on here. It's a good texture. It's not as crazily done as the other ones. You can see it's actually very, very, very lightly done as far as the wash. It's just right in the cracks and nothing crazy, and I dig that. He's green, he's not gray, so there's that, but it looks the part, I gotta say. I like the mouth a lot. That looks pretty cool. The little tusks look good. I love the eyes. Eyes are great. Again, the ninja star looks good. The blade looks pretty good. Now, this one is the one that did have a voice box. We'll check that out in a second. I don't even remember if it works, so it either will work or it won't. The chest done in this gray looks pretty good, and I like how they washed that. That's pretty nice. The legs look pretty good. Nothing crazy going on with the feet or anything. They stand. This one is a little bit odd, but I dig that they at least try to do something different with some of these. Make them feel differently, sculpted differently in a different stance. The legs are really nice though. I love all the folds and wrinkles. It looks really good. All the bumps and stuff. I love this green, how it goes into the darker green. That looks fantastic. The nails are done in gray and those look good. So yeah, it's not bad at all. It's actually really, really good looking. And does the voice work? Copyright infringement. That copyright infringement notwithstanding, I do like the dorsal fins. They look good. The little tail looks good. The back looks pretty good. I wish that the button wasn't red, but I do like it. And yeah, this is very, very cool. It's the only one of these guys I have as a deluxe. And I have no desire to get any of them because obviously one voice fills them all. Because if you saw my Gamera review, which was a deluxe one as well, it's got the same voice box. Ending things off with Zigra. Now this one doesn't have that similar paint scheme. It's done in a silver base, and then you do have a blue wash on some of it, like at the edges of the wings, which looks really cool. And then at the edge of this dorsal fin right here, which is a nice dorsal fin altogether. Little bumps right there. The tail looks pretty good. You got a little bit of that blue at the fins there. In the front here. I do like the tail overall. Tail looks pretty good. And then you get it like in various parts here on the legs. And the legs look pretty decent. It's got some, it looks really armored. Whoa, it just shot me. Oh man, that just shot at me. So we're gonna, you know, it is what it is. I'll find it. The head sculpt is really nice. I like the beak a lot. I like the open mouth. I like all of this. I like the red eyes. Those look really good. And then you got that blue over here again. I love this armored look. It looks really fantastic. And you can see real close here all the silver. And that looks fantastic. I do like it a lot. The chest looks really good. You got that blue in there again. Blue on the interior of the legs. The legs are in a different shape. You know, both of them in a different stance. Again, I like that they've tried different things with these guys and didn't keep it like very symmetrical. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, he's in a nice stance. It works, stands decently, so which is good. You know, the tail really helps a lot. But yeah, I like it. I do like it. I think this is a very nice Zigra toy in a sea of like no Zigra toys. Well, I'm sure there's some old ones. But yeah, this is cool. This is a cool one. I don't have a doubt that this is an awesome one. It's different. It looks really different from the rest, and that helps a lot. Oh, and this thing, it's not that good looking. Yeah, that does not add anything to it. So, it is what it is. For your size comparisons, here are the villain kaiju with a bunch of figures you might have in your collection, including some Gamera figures, of course. And they do scale pretty well with the Revoltech Gameras. At least the Showa one, which these are Showa villains, you know, for the most part. Yeah, for the most part, except for Gyaos came back. But here is the Trendmasters one, so you can see, and we could even do one of these, how all of these will scale with Gamera. Here's Guiron. Here's Zigra. Jiger. Viras. Oh. And, of course, Gyaos. So, I think they all... Gyaos. I think they all scale pretty well. And my final thoughts, how cool is it to have these guys together? What a great band of baddies here. I love the Showa kaiju done up in this like crazy 90s aesthetic. It's awesome. The Gamera Rogues Gallery has always been a favorite of mine, so to have them here in this form is fantastic. You know, I never had any of these in the 90s. I didn't. That whole Gamera subline just kind of washed over me. Never got them. So glad I got them, you know, through a combination of eBay and Kaiju Live. It's very awesome. And yeah, I'm glad I got them the way I did and didn't really overpay too much at this point. You know, I think maybe one of these was a tad pricey for what it was, but nothing crazy. There was nothing here that really broke my bank in any way, including Gamera, you know, which might have been the one that was the most out of this. So, yeah, it's whatevs. This is awesome nostalgia, and the figures are quite fun. So I'm really glad to have them and to have showcased them here. Can't wait to get them on my Gamera shelf finally. Hope you dug this review. Let me know your thoughts below, and if you please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Until next time. Peace out.